The early days of the UFC were pure chaos. No weight classes, no time limits, just raw survival. And in that madness, they threw a 6'7", 260-pound giant named Paul Varelans into the cage against a man almost half his size, Brazilian striker Marco Ruas. Now, Ruas wasn't weak, but next to this mountain of a man, he looked like a middleweight. From the outside, this matchup looked like a mismatch. Brute strength versus technique. And at first, Paul used that size. He came forward like a tank, swinging heavy, pushing Ruas back. But Marco was calm, because Marco Ruas had a plan. Realizing there was no way he could match Varelans in raw power, Ruas went low. Over and over, he chopped at the giant's lead leg with vicious, thudding low kicks. At first, Paul didn't flinch. He barely reacted. But after 10, 15, then 20 kicks, you could see it. That massive tree trunk of a leg started to swell. Paul tried to hide it, but his steps grew slower. And Marco, he never let up. Ruas mixed in feints and even tried a trip takedown early on, just to keep the big man guessing. But his real damage came with his signature Muay Thai kicks, delivered with sniper-like precision. The commentators were stunned. No one had ever seen a giant like Varelans so thoroughly broken down without a single takedown or submission attempt. By the time Varelans realized what was happening, it was too late. He tried to close the distance to drag Ruas into a brawl, but every time he stepped in, Marco would touch him up with punches, then circle out, surgical, relentless. I was rooting for Ruas at first, but somewhere around the 50th leg kick, I felt something shift. Watching this giant of a man hobble around the cage, unable to fight back, was hard. He looked helpless, like a wounded bear, unable to escape. With the leg gone, Ruas began adding punches to the head. The fear was gone now. The precision was cold. And remember, back then, there was no round clock. This fight would continue until someone quit, and Paul couldn't take it anymore. Whether the pain was physical or mental didn't matter. Marco Ruas had taken the monster apart, piece by piece, not with brute force, but with ruthless intelligence. It was one of the first times in UFC history that technique had so clearly conquered size. It wasn't just a win, it was a dismantling. The bear had been outsmarted, and the little man walked away victorious.